Good morning, chat. Hello, my name is Penbu. I'm the programming, puzzle gaming, and music making VTuber on Linux, and today we're kind of programming. I think we're programming. It's mostly going to be a work session because I had said many weeks ago, when the last time we did this, that I would write the unit tests for the second half for the awafudge program, and I never got around to it. I said I would do it before the next awafudge stream. And so here we are doing this because Jelly's first anniversary is coming up, and I would like to finish it before then. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. We do have a bit of a hard stop at 10 p.m. That's in about, I don't know, 2 hours, if I can math right, 2.5 hours, which is just about as much streaming as I can probably take today anyway. At 10 p.m. is Heiko's Bell's birthday, Bay, from Hololive. Actual birthday this time, because we actually have it February 29th. So yeah, definitely will want to catch that, and I don't want to overlap. So what do we have here? To be honest, I don't remember too much of what we have here. By the way, work sessions are here for mostly for productivity and not so much entertainment. So don't expect entertainment, but feel free to chat and feel free to work alongside me. Get some work done yourself. We got a good 2 hours ahead of us. Okay. Also, actually, no, I'll save that for later. So what we have here, remember what we had from last time, and I'm trying to remember what we had last time too. We had this formatter, which I can't do it that way. We're going to do it through here. Now this awafudge program here, from the source we have a formatter which takes in a token list and then formats it. And unfortunately I didn't write this in TypeScript, so I don't remember exactly what the token looks like. I wish I had written this in TypeScript. You know, it's always the meme where you know, you're working by yourself, and you think that you don't need to make it good and readable because you're the only one working on it, but then months later you forget exactly what it is that you were doing and why you wrote things this way. And yeah, so always write maintainable codes, even if you're the only one working on it, because even if there are no other people, you will become the other people in a few months. But okay, so we have this formatter here. We have all these tests for these formatters. And we have all these types. So from what I remember here, we have a token.type, and it has a count. So a token has a count and a type. The type is of type token type. We go here. Right, left shift, right shift, increment, right, and loop. Which then corresponds to all of these. This is missing a read. Hold up. Okay, I gotta fix that. This is missing a read. This is also missing a decrement, so I think we didn't actually end up finishing this. Alright, we gotta finish this first then, and then we can go to the awafudge. Okay. Let's do that. So increment, decrement. We have this. And then we have this. The same thing. And this plus becomes a minus. Actually, we should be writing the tests first. Now we just copy all of this over because it's all the same thing. Increments, decrements, if I can spell correctly, PC, and all the pluses to minuses. This gets a minus, and then this gets a minus. Just like that. And then if we run this, it should be fine. npm run test. Or not. Do I have a test watch? I do not. And why does it not do? Expected values to be strictly equal. Expected this, and the actual is empty. The empty string. Why is that? Did I not save something? I did not save this. That would make sense. But apparently even that doesn't help. We're still getting empty string, and we're looking for 1. So token type decrements is here. We do have a token type decrement here. And then we are doing a decrement type here with a count. And it's all the same thing as, oh, okay, that's why, yeah. Because we need to add decrement here. So we have a switch statement here, saying that if the type is of any of these types, then we go into here. But we didn't have this, so it skipped over the next one, right? And then loop, and then because it wasn't any of those, it just fell off. TypeScript would have saved us here. Maybe I should use this this session for TypeScript too. Okay, so now we test and we get that. Git log, what do we do here? Let's copy this. Git diff, git status, git diff. That all looks like stuff we want. Git commits m, add test for decrement instructions. Okay. So that is decrements. Are we missing things? We are missing a read. And we can do the same thing here. I'm going to do it this way so that it can be reused. Write, read, gc. Copy this. Turn this into write and read. And then this turns into a comma. And then we copy this test over and turn this into read instructions. And turn this into a comma. Run the test again, should be fine. There we go. Actually, I could just do npm test because it has that built in. Add test for read instructions. And commit everything. Okay. Is that it? Is that all of BF? I think so. Yeah, or right shift, left shift, increments, decrements, right read, and the loop characters. I think that's it. Okay. So now we've finished this one off. We can do the other one. awafudge.js. So 0R the P H. Is that right? I think so. No, I'm definitely doing this wrong. I think it's only colon. No? What was that? Okay. That's what it was. I actually don't really know what this does. So the %sign is the current file. And then :p is some sort of modifier, and the :h is some other modifier. But I don't remember what it does. Oh well. Some other time. And so now we can rewrite all of this to... Well, we can start with this one. Format's an empty token list. And we expect it to be this. Right now that's going to fail because... I'm going to do this a different way. I'm going to put this on the side here. And then get rid of all of these. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of all of these. Only an easier way to do this. Get rid of all that. Oh, there is actually. I can make use of... can you make use of macros? I'm going to QQ that. Go from here. Sure. It's just like in Vim Golf. Except now we don't actually have to care about now we don't have to care about making sure that our keystrokes are minimal. Actually, maybe we should have gotten that. Maybe I shouldn't have deleted these. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I can always put them back later. So, format's an empty token list. I'm going to put this off to the side. I'm going to create a new formatter, awafudge.js, and then I'm going to copy over the code from here. Because awafudge is actually not as simple as BF. We're going to do this one thing at a time, where we remove the switch. We remove the switch, and remove everything. Remove everything. Just return the empty string for now, because that will get this test to pass. Okay, I called it awa. Formatter. Git log. Empty. Format empty loops. That's not what I want. That is not what I want. Format empty lists is what I want. Format empty lists. Git add a, so we can get all those. Status, git diff cached. Cached with a D. Alright, so we have all of those. And we are good to go. Use test cases skeleton from that. Skeleton test cases. Because they're all going to be the same. For the most part. We're definitely going to add to it afterwards. So it formats an empty list, empty token list. This is fine. Formats an empty right shift instruction. Which is probably going to end up being the same thing. We're just going to copy this over. Now, if you remember from the specification, we go back to. Oh, I don't actually have a README in this repo. Okay. Parser, JSON. Our right shift is this. The number of was is the number of so we have a hold on. So in our token here, right, we have a token.type. If it's a right shift, then the count is going to determine how many we have. Maybe right shift wasn't the one to start with. Actually, it's all the same thing. So we have an A, and then we have a bunch of was, and then we end with a tilde. So in this case, an empty right shift instruction will be an A with a tilde afterwards and no was. npm test. This should fail because we haven't done anything yet. And so we can take a page from this book here. Tokens.map join. We will figure out how to deal with that later because I don't think this join is going to be correct. And then we remove this. And then we remove this. And then we also remove probably this, to be honest. Because we can start with turn A plus wa.repeat token.counts plus the tilde. And I'm okay with leaving it like this rather than using. I know Linter might complain and say that we should do it this way. Which, fair. But also, I think the top is a little bit more clear. So I'm gonna keep this one. And then I'm going to bring over these other ones because otherwise we're just We're wasting our time a little bit. Doing them all singly like that. Because we know what it's supposed to look like. So this should be fine. So this is an awa. And then... like that. And presumably this should just work. You know why it doesn't work? It's because I didn't import the right thing. Okay. And there we go. This passes. Maybe I should have committed this separately. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to amend the previous commits here, format the empty list. Now this is one of the advantages of not pushing right away. You can commit and change your commits as much as you want to before you push. And that allows you to make very clean commits, or rather push up very clean commits. Because using commits as a save point is nice, but it's not very useful once you actually start using it for history purposes. And so now we have this, it's if. This is what we had before. One. And then now we do it for the next set. For left shift. So again, we have the empty one there, and this is just a wa. So left operators do not have a leading A in front of them. So we leave that off, but otherwise it looks the same. Tmax, please. We npm test. We expect this to fail. We haven't done anything for it yet. We move this over. And then we do a separate case statement for left shift. And then we can refactor this later if we need to. But I wonder if we will need to. Because this does look similar. But also... I don't know. They do serve different purposes in a way. The wa, maybe we can move out to its own function. But maybe later. Because this we will need this for both right and left, but also increment and decrement. So maybe it is worth moving that out. The npm test, and this should pass. Assuming I actually save stuff. I did not save. No, I did. Ooh. I guess that's actually correct, yeah. Does this parse properly? I have to wonder if this parses properly. Alright, how do I invoke the parser? I think it was nodes. I think we just put this in the REPL. Const p equals require source slash parser slash awafudge module not found. .js. Parsers with an S. Parse. That should parse to a left shift operator with 0 counts. Parse not defined. P.parse. Uncaught error on line 1. Expecting EOS space. Did we ever get this working? This might be a case that can... Well, okay. So, a count of 0 is technically not something that you can get. So if you're parsing from BF, then it's not... You can't get it because you can... Like, 0 left shifts is just nothing. I think it is desirable to have to be able to parse alone tilde, because then it means that you can do this. Alright, so then this is a right shift up until here, and then these are all empty left shifts. So I think we may want to consider putting that into the grammar. This one's this is wa plus, which means there has to be one or more. Okay, I'm going to deal with that later. But it is something to note that I think this is not valid awafudge as it is written right now. The empty left shift token does not produces a lone tilde, which is currently not valid awafudge, but the grammar should be changed to allow it in the future. Okay, that's fine. And then we format an empty increment instruction and a bunch of increment instructions. Let me copy this over. It's more or less the same thing. Empty increments is just this with an A. Formats single increment. This is awa. And this is awawawa. But without the tilde. And so we do the same thing here. We case token type increments. Do that plus this, but no suffix. npm test. That should work. It's now at this point, maybe we should consider doing something like function format repeatable. We call this prefix, count, and suffix, where we return prefix plus format repeatable wa dot repeat count plus suffix, like so. And so now we're taking this and turning it into this in a way that's generic. And then now we can just replace this whole thing with format repeatable wa with lone a as a suffix, token.count as a count, or sorry, a is a prefix, token.count as a count, and then the lone tilde as the suffix, and then now we can just get rid of the rest of it. And same thing here, format repeatable wa is now just token.count, and then the that and then this is also this token.count and no suffix. And that should still work. Nice. This is a private function. We do not need to export this. Formats increment instructions. Repeatable was are refactored out to be dry. Sure. Be more dry. Sure. And then we do the same thing for decrement. Formats empty decrement instruction. This is correct. Formats a single decrement instruction. This is a wa. And then this is wa. npm test. This should not work because we haven't done anything yet. But we can do this. Decrement, return format repeatable wa, empty and empty. Could we do something about this? We could. I'm gonna try out I'm gonna commit this first. One thing we could potentially do is, and it isn't really worth it. We can have something similar to what we have here. where we have a token, we have an object with the token types. We give it the type. And if you think back to the stream before where we had a function, I'm already not liking this. Return some function, and we have the prefix, suffix, this, and then we format repeatable wa prefix token.count suffix, but then also this. We turn this into an iffy, and then we have this with token.type and token type.right shift is an object with prefix is and suffix is tilde. It's dry-ish. I would rather not do that because this seems a little bit confusing and there's too much abstraction. This is, we do end up calling or repeating a format repeatable wa multiple times, but this is fine. Very clear, and they're all being called for different reasons. So I think this is okay. Okay. Next set of tests. Format an empty decrement instruction. Didn't we just do that? Forgot to get rid of it, that's why. Test just to make sure we're still okay. Nope, that's not what I want to do. CQA, CQ. Get status. Yeah. Get amend A. Get amend, by the way, I have alias to get commit -- amend. Very useful. Write instructions. These ones should be pretty easy. It is the exact same thing as what we have in PF. And so we can just copy that as is. Same thing for read, actually. And so we will copy both of them, because they're all pretty much the same. Test, pass. I don't feel good about that. I'm gonna do this individually. So if I want write first, I can get rid of all the read lines. I'm gonna split this. Yes. And edit. Get rid of the read line or the read test. And now we're just left with all the right ones. Oh, I kind of actually needed that. Hold up. No. I messed up that one. I probably don't need to reset the entire thing, but also I think it's a little bit easier this way. I'm gonna edit this entire thing. I'm gonna move this down here, turn this into context, and then this is like this. I believe that's how that goes. We'll find out if it applies. Of course it doesn't. Edit again, yes. As I think what happens is we don't need it to do that. We actually just have this like that. And we have this, and then we get rid of this. And this ends up being context, and that also ends up being context set list. Okay. I think this is correct. Great. So now we have just this, which is what you expect to see. Input, expected actual. Okay. Format, write instructions. Are you kidding me? Ah, I gotta do that again. I accidentally had the -A added everything. Reset. But at least now we know what to do. Move this over. Make this context. And then get rid of all this stuff here. Okay. And so now we have all that. Now we can commit without that -A. Yes. Now we just have all the reads. Gotta move that one over actually. Amend to the last one. This is why you check the diff. Okay, so now all we have left are the reads. Format read instructions. This is fine. Now we format adjacent instructions. I think these ones were the problematic ones. I think I might actually have to do something about it. So this right now does not work. Oh, yeah, actually. No, we had the prior formatter, and that was before we had, like, it was in an older version where we had the JSON file output the translation. I have to go searching in Git for that. I kind of don't want to do. So we are not doing that. But that's fine. We'll take this format's JSON instructions. Alright, I do this. So I expect this is an awa like that. And this will not work because we have not done anything to have it do multiple things, or the space rather. We already have it concatenating, but we need to make this a space instead. Then now this should work. Format adjacent instructions. And then now we look at the more problematic ones, which I said, if we go back to the spec, which I thought I had a readme here somewhere. Apparently I don't. And I don't have the spec handy with me. Hold on, let me go look for it in Discord. Gotta be around here somewhere. Awafudge. Awafudge. Oh, I do have this. Okay. Let me save this somewhere. Download, copy link. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I will show you in a bit what I'm looking for. Okay, the spec. I don't know where I saved this on my PC, but should find that out for next time. But the spec says that must be separated by white space from the next token if it would be ambiguous. So plus minus, plus left, and minus left are the three combinations that would be ambiguous. So we need to check those. Scribe. But I had tests for this. Where did I put these tests? Oh, here it is, yes. Did I actually look for the problematic ones here? Adjacent word instructions of the same type. With a non-instruction in between. Non-instruction characters. Parses instructions with adjacent A's. I think that one was the one we wanted. Sort of. Sort of. I'm gonna turn this into an id actually. So it's formats potentially ambiguous like that, plus minus unambiguously, with interceding white space. Const inputs. Probably just copy all this over. Do this. Put this here. And so this will be a increment and a decrement. And so this will be awa and a wa. Can test, this should work. And same thing. But for the other case, shift, also in space, and I'm just going to skip ahead because we know it's going to work. Decrement and must shift. And if it doesn't work, okay. Commit. Formats potentially ambiguous. Let me make sure this fits. Combinations plus minus plus and are ambiguous in awafudge if no space. They're not ambiguous. Will not parse correctly in awafudge if no space is left in between. They will be incorrectly parsed as plus plus, left left, or no, right right, and left left, respectively. Wawa. They would be incorrectly parsed without the space. Compare. I gotta have to put these in quotes. Otherwise, it's a little bit ambiguous once you start adding spaces in it. Compare. Wa. Wa. Wa and wa. Without the space. Okay. Wait a minute. Did that go over? I think that went over. This is fine. I'm gonna call that fine. Okay. So those are the ambiguous cases. Now we just have the empty loops. And then loops with content. I'm gonna start with the empty loops because We don't have anything for loops yet. So the expected thing here would be question mark and an exclamation mark. Test. We see nothing. And then we'll take the loop from here. Now this is where things get a little bit questionable. So we do not want a space. Okay, we're going to start with this. We're going to start with just this, because that will make the test pass. And then we're going to figure out how to make it do the other thing. Format loops with content. This is where things can get a little bit tricky. So now we have a loop with content. It's supposed to look like this with a space, and then awa like that, and then awa like that, and an exclamation mark. That is how it's intended to be. But now I got to figure out how to do it here. I think we can say that if token.content, if it's empty, if token.content.length, then we return that. Otherwise, we return something else. Something in between. Format token dot content. Probably this. This is probably okay. Alright, I'm somewhat surprised it actually worked. So if it's empty, then we just leave it empty, no space in between. Otherwise, and I wonder if we should make this clearer by doing this. No, maybe not. This is clear. This should be plenty clear. Otherwise, we add a space, and then we format the contents inside, and then we have that. However, this is not going to work with adjacent loops. Oh, that's fine. So this works for now. Yeah, this will work for now. And this is why we do TDD, so that we think things through incrementally. Git commit am formats loop structure with content. Okay. Format nested loops with contents. So we're going to start off with this example and see if anything changes. We might not have to change anything. At least to get this one to pass. Oh ho. Oh right, because I didn't change the right. Okay. Oh, that is yeah, okay. Might not that might not work as I expected to. But maybe it will. Actually no, I think this one might be we'll find out. Yes. And this is because we have the join. This is because we have the join at the end. And we can't have that. Okay, so we're gonna have to think this through. Basically, a loop will eat the character, or any white space character before it, is what the rule is here. Now the question is, how do we do that? How do we tell it that this is a loop and it should eat the character before it? Or eat the white space character before it, rather. One thing we could maybe do is, once we do a join, we can have the loop, let's say, I don't know, for example, if this were, well, let's say that the star here represents a deletion character, and we'll probably want to do this, or like give it some other thing once we actually do it. Then what we can do is we do replace all for all white space with a deletion character, or followed by deletion character. I think it's specifically a space. And then we replace that with nothing. This could work. And I think this has to be optional. This has to be optional because this could be at the front. Okay. So that is doable. I don't like it though. And the reason I don't like it is because then the outer loop has too much knowledge of what's inside here. But maybe that's actually okay. Maybe that's okay. I'm thinking that maybe we can build... We can potentially build an array. Well, we're kind of already building an array here. And then we can modify... Like we have a stack. And we can modify the stack, or I guess it would be a queue of some sort. Or you can modify the stack or queue or whatever the list ends up being, where we insert spaces. I kind of don't want to do that. Const. Delete. is equal to some special token. Could be a star, could be something else. Could be an actual delete character, because that exists. I might be okay with this. I might be okay with this. Sure. G is not defined. Okay, there we go. I don't know if I'm okay with this, but at the same time, it works well enough. Yeah, I'm not too happy about that. There's got to be a different way to do this. But it works, so I think... But it works. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that, because this is all internal. We are building this, we are building a string from known characters. This is all controlled. Which means we know everything that goes into here and what can come out. The only problem is when, like, if this ends up being, if we ever end up with another feature that has underscores, this might have to change. But also, this is why we have it in a constant, so that we can change it in just one place. So you know what? This is probably okay. Commits, formats, loop instruction with nested loop instructions with content. We're gonna add another one. Because I want to add a test for a similar loop. Formats nested loops with content. Immediate nested loops. So this will be a loop with content. And then another loop. Another loop here, another loop here. And then maybe a loop, like an empty loop somewhere inside. like this. So what does this look like? We have a loop, and then we have another loop inside. With content, awa, awa. And then we do a right shift, then we do a loop, then the content inside that one. So this one starts with NP loop, and we have a right shift, we have an increment, we end a loop, then we have an increment, and we have another loop, and then a right shift, and an increment, like that. This should just work. Okay. Well, I figured if it failed somewhere, it would have failed there. Why is that? So we have a space here just before this. But I thought we had... Ah. Okay. So it turns out that we do need... Instead of question mark, there should actually be a star. So all spaces... For now, this is going to work. I don't know if this is future-proof. Apparently it doesn't work. Why is that? Format, token contents. No, this should actually just work because this is one token, right? So if you have a loop inside, then you end up with question mark, and then delete previous white space, which would be up against here. Then you have the token content, and then you have this. And you're replacing all of these with that, with the empty space, or empty string. So what's changed? What does this look like without a replace all? No, that's exactly what I expected to do. But then you're supposed to go in and delete them. This is a space. This is a space. What's changed? So you are deleting. Am I missing something? It is deleting the delete previous white space character, or the sequence. What if we use interpolation instead? Well, that was actually kind of interesting. Unambiguous adjacent instructions without white space. I don't remember this. Oh no, that was the parser. Okay, no, that's fine. This almost works actually. This almost worked. It's just this one. In the regular expression, so in JavaScript regular expression, the question mark says 0 or 1. MDN regex pattern. Quantifiers. This is what we're looking for. So our quantifier here, question mark, 0 or 1 times, used immediately after any of the quantifiers, makes them non-greedy. But we don't have that here. It's not what we have. I can use this specifically. So saying that we have the white space character class, and not that that changes anything. This is gonna fail. This is supposed to be greedy. I'm confused. Regex 101. Really, I shouldn't need to do this. JavaScript. Base. Question mark. LWS. Oh, right. I forgot. I had this up. You didn't see Twitter. The temporary thumbnail I have for the stream, which is temporary, by the way. I just didn't get a chance to make thumbnails this week. So we might do them on Saturday or this weekend or something. Hopefully I don't end up just leaving them out like this. But now, temporary thumbnails are really easy to make. I just change the text here, or for example, this, whatever that is, and I just change the text here and it's all good and make a new thumbnail. Very easy. And of course it's all done in EG sub, and I realize actually the logo needs fixing. This looks a little bit off. Was that actually off in my oh no, I might have to fix that in my thumbnails. That's okay, thumbnails can be changed. I'm gonna move that out of the way. Yeah, the bucket handle is not supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be over here. That. Okay. Thought I'd move that all together, but maybe not. I'll have to check the thumbnails as rendered. Thumbnails. Temporary. So for example, oh yeah, no, they are all off. Yeah, they are off. This one is the one for the stream. This is off. I need to fix that. Not right now, though. I wonder how that happened. Must have accidentally clicked it. Anyway, I have a regular expression here. So I'm going to take this as written. Okay, so you are matching properly. If you are matching properly, then what's wrong? No multi-line, which doesn't matter because we don't have multiple line. Substitution. There's the empty string. This is exactly what we need, but it doesn't work. We'll take this, put it in the console down here as a string. Dot replace all. Question mark. I should make this bigger so you can see it. Again, we're looking down here. Del WS that G empty string. Are you kidding? This works. So what's wrong with this? Is it because I'm creating it using new regular expression? The literal works. But for some reason the non-literal doesn't work. The non-literal works. So, what is wrong with you? Is it the interpolation? Do you not like the interpolation? Node, why? Okay. Maybe something happened with nodes. I'm gonna take this. Do it inside of nodes. I don't need the entire thing. Dots. Place all. Use this thing here. Paste this in here. And then change, or not change. Copy this here. Paste that in, and then now we should get the same thing. And this actually works. I'm going to change this from a return to a const formatted equals tokens map this. Gonna copy this out, gonna end it here. Console.log formatted return format or formatted dot replace all. Or const replaced equals formatted dot replace all. Console log formatted and replaced, and return replaced. Okay. I did not mean to close that. npm test. We should see up here formats, immediate nested loop, and contents. I think we are looking at this one. Oh. Oh, interesting. That's why. That's why we don't see it. Because for some reason it got rid of it here. Oh. Ah. Okay, I see what's happening. This is all recursive. Formats taken here already replaces the okay, yeah. Format returns a formatted list or a formatted set of what am I saying? Format is this function here, the same thing. Right, at the end of formats, it does a replace all with the previous white space and you know, this whole thing, which means by the time it gets here, this is already formatted and there is no delete previous white space tokens here, which means this space is left intact. So one way we can get around this, I don't really like this option, but it is an easy way to do it, is strip what am I looking for? Strip directives and default that to false or to true. False here. Flag variables are usually not great, because then, or sorry, flag parameters aren't great because then you can't really tell what it is. And you just have a false here. It doesn't really tell you what it's doing. So it's better usually to use an options object, which I might actually do here because I don't like this. Directives equals false. That'll do that. Then we say that if strip directives, process directives. Say process directives instead of strip. If process directives, then we do the return formatted replace all. Oh, we do this thing here. Otherwise, we just return formatted. Right? Yes. And then we can clean this all up later, but I think this should work. Almost. What's different? I think this might just be a problem with the test. I think that's a problem with the test because we have a loop and then another loop inside, and then we have the right shift, increments, end loop, right shift, loop, empty loop, right shift, increment, end loop, increment, start loop. Okay, yeah, this is just a test error. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this one. First refactor we can do, process directives. We can turn this into a ternary, so it's just a little bit cleaner. And get rid of that. Then we can get rid of this. And then we actually need this now. Cause formatted is a thing. And then we do the process directives if needed. And then we have this thing. This one is a little bit long. Not too fond of that. Yeah, that's fine. But then, does that mean we actually don't need this anymore? No, I think we still do. Because if the loop is empty, then you don't have anything. And you join an empty string. So should this always start with... a delete previous white space? I don't think so. Okay, this is probably fine. Yes, okay. We're gonna leave it at that. I still don't really like this, but I don't know if I have any other alternatives. Any programmers in chat are free to chime in, by the way. Yep, that should be fine. Formats, immediate nested loops. I think I want to add some text here saying, describing the issue that we encountered. Add a new parameter new options parameter for processing directives so that directives are not processed during the recursion. This is necessary to remove the space after This is necessary to remove the space after the question mark, the initial question mark, the opening in a loop where the immediate next instruction in the content loop body is also another loop. Should translate to put that in backticks. Wow. That without this new options parameter, this would have been formatted as that. Okay. That is Git. And what else do we have? I think this might be it for awafudge. Or at least the formatting portion, the translation. There was one thing that I did want to make sure we caught. As I mentioned here, we want to make sure that awafudge.json and the corresponding tests also parsed an empty tilde. It parses an empty left shift instruction. I almost remember saying that this was not a case, like in a previous stream, that this was not a case that we'd had to handle. Or actually, this was a case that we knew that we wouldn't be able to handle because of the how the grammar works. Because otherwise you end up with this. So if this is a star, then you end up with ambiguity. Nice, I have build scripts. That's what I thought. Conflict reduce, okay. Shift reduce. And run tests. But maybe it doesn't matter. Except it does matter because that has to be this. And then maybe I can still do this though. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's not gonna work. Interesting. Yeah, because we already have ship reduce conflicts here, which is already not great. But also, I don't think I had figured out how to get it not to do that. I'm sure there was a thing with precedence, but I also couldn't get that to work. I could do empty left shift. This is probably going to cause a lot of ambiguity. Empty left shift is just the tilde. Wait a minute. This is the wrong JSON file. This is the wrong JSON file. Which JSON file was I using then? Oh, right. Okay, no, that makes sense. It's because we started writing the formatters, but we never changed the parsers, the JSON parsers, to actually output those formats. Yeah, that's right. But I think that's fine. Because it needs to work this way first, for it to actually... because the strings here don't really matter. We can always swap them out for something else. It's namely the objects. But the parsing, the grammar actually does need to work. This is not going to work. Oh, actually, that's not too bad. That's less than I was expecting. Then maybe this does work. Hey, look at that. Which means then we can actually have our empty right shifts too. Because I know empty right shift was not a thing that we could do here. Oh, but it does. It does, so then how... Ah. That's how. Because it's built in. I see. So then what happens if we don't do that? And then we have this as... that. It's either empty... or this, which is very much not going to work. That's what I thought. Because we can't have multiple things leading to empty. But we can have this here. So we're gonna have, so our program is a list of operations, and then the end of file. And our operation can be empty, so the empty program, or it can be what? Why? Space? So why can't it be space up top? So maybe that should be space. I think this is actually missing some stuff. This doesn't seem right. Yeah, no, that doesn't seem right. So it starts off empty. Oh, actually, no, that's fine. I think. Yeah, no, this is fine. Because otherwise, if we don't do this, then we end up with... Wait a minute. Why is it this way? Also, I don't remember what the comment marker is for bison. Oh, right, it's one of these. Okay. Okay. These style comments. So why isn't this just operation or operations space operation? Was I overthinking this? Are you serious? Why was I having so much trouble with this last time? Is it because... Ah, because it doesn't actually work. Parse error. Expecting ELF space thing got. But why? But why? I'm a little bit confused here. So then, does that mean that all we need is operations operation? So this is really all we need then. We don't need this. And then I'm guessing this was here because we needed the possibility of trailing spaces. Oh. Probably it. Because then otherwise we end up with more of these. Not what we were looking for. There should really be space here, right? Space here. Then we shouldn't care about the rest of it. Got conflicts, because of course we do. Well, we don't actually need this anymore. We should only need this one. The empty. Or maybe we don't actually care. What if we don't have that? Got space. Apparently we do actually need this for some reason. And if for some reason we can't do this, ooh. Parse errors. What is just the one? Ignores non-instruction characters at the end? Ah. Maybe we do need this then. And then it all just works. I'm not too thrilled about this though. I'm not too thrilled about this one. But that means we should be able to do this. And then have it just work. Or not, because that is a whole lot of conflicts. Yeah, that's what I thought. If you get rid of this, then maybe there won't be a conflict. But there probably will still be that. The thing is, none of your rules can go back to empty. Return this back to plus. So that works. Can I reduce that down to this? And then we can get rid of this. And then we can get rid of this. Okay, that's good. Can I do this? Probably not. Actually, nope, no, that's not gonna work. Yeah. But that's failing for a whole different reason. But then that means that I can do this, probably. Or not. I'm okay with keeping that though. Yeah, I'm not too thrilled about these conflicts. I just gotta be some way to resolve these. but also it works, so maybe it's fine. Reduced by rule decrements to was. Yes. There's no such thing as empty decrement. There can be such thing as an empty increment, but we already have that. There can be such thing as the empty left shift, which we have as here. And this has to come second, I think. Because otherwise we have a potential... Actually, that might be okay. Maybe these should come first. The left shift, right shift, decrement increments. Let's not move things around right now, so that our diff is cleaner. I'm gonna skip this file here. Do not stage this hunk or any later hunks in this file. I want D. I want this. Actually, maybe I do want that. Cursor. Port empty left shift. Order matters, so maybe it should... Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Now the question is, will this work with leading white space? I think we might have a test for. No, we do have a test for it. Sort of. Okay. This works. I don't know if we have a test for that, but we can try it out ourselves. Your nodes require p dot parse. This one should be empty. Okay, very good. And then we have gibberish up front. This one should also be empty. Okay. This is not too bad so far. It seems like it's going well. I think this does it. I think this does it. Yeah, parse out an incomplete loop. But that's fine. Oh yeah, I think that does it. So now I think after this, and we're probably gonna stop here. After this, what's left is to change the parser so that it outputs the tokens, the token objects rather than the target language. And so from there, we can create a website to do the parsing and execution and get it to make sounds. So I think I mentioned this before, but one of the things that I want to do, in a way also to stand out from OWL 5.0, and OWL 5.0 can make use of this too if they is I want to make an OWL vocalizer. And so it'll take the awafudge codes and it'll speak it out as it's executing. So we'll see how that turns out. That's one of the things that I was hoping to get to if we had finished early here, which we didn't, was that we would start clipping out audio clips for of Jelly saying "awa." But we'll have to save that for another stream, or I might do that offline. Although clearly my track record for doing stuff offline is not so great, so it might end up being another stream. But okay. I think that's about it. Is there anything else? Oh yes, the next stream. And I don't think this is going to pop up where I want it to go. If I even know where it is. Why do you pop up there? I don't understand. Position. Right there. Yes. Okay, so next stream, we are going to be playing Tetris Effect Connected, specifically the classic Tetris mode. In my opinion, every Tetris player should play classic Tetris at least somewhat. I don't know if I want to say somewhat regularly, but at least once, and do so seriously, because it really helps with your down or up stacking and down stacking, or stacking in general, I guess. Because it gives you a different way of looking at the stack and the pieces, and it helps you to skim where you need to, and also to see where things might fit, things like that. It's like learning another programming language almost, and having that programming language give you insights on how to do things in your home language. Same idea. But yeah, as I noticed earlier, the bucket handle on this is wrong, so I'm gonna have to update that. Again, these are all temporary thumbnails. They're gonna go away anyway. We'll probably make a stream this weekend, but no promises. Okay, well, this was a productive 2 hours. I hope you had a productive 2 hours as well. I will push this up after the stream. In the meantime, I can find where to go next. I did say it was Bay's birthday today. And that is happening in just a little over 10 minutes. And that will be happening here. So do go check that out. I'll be posting this in the Discord as well. Discord, the link is in the description. I realize this should also be in the description. I will put that all in there. But yeah, link is in the description. Go check us out there. The other members are all there. Got a bunch of interest channels, music making, games, puzzle games. Actually, strictly following or whatever. Okay, no, it's fine. Yeah, Discord is in the description. Go check us out. And then with that, I will leave it there. Thanks for coming. Hope you had a productive 2 hours. This was good. And I will see you next stream. Take a shot. Night.